Okay, very quickly on then to the very last item on the agenda, item 9, environmental reports. I'm sorry you had to wait so long. We're so patient for the item. Yeah, we've got Tom Pickover here from the team to talk about this, and the report is on pages. Find it.
Good evening, everyone.
13, page 13.
Hello.
Very quickly pick out the highlights or quick points.
Yeah, sure. I'm also here with Lisa Lowndes, we're both environmental enforcement officers dealing in the north area of the city. So we include Arbury, Kings Hedges, Chesterton, Newnham, Castle, Trumpington. We're just going to go through the continuing priorities for the area. We're going to be doing continue to do joint patrols for littering and fly tipping in the area of Hampton Road and Nuns Way Recreation Ground, to do some work with Cambridge Regional College and the shops in the area to reduce litter and any fly tipping issues in the area. Point number 2 on page 15, the enforcement patrols that we carry out. We're going to continue the communal archways and the green areas within Minerva Way. We'd like to add Nuns Way, Campkin Road, Arbury Court, Nicholson Way and the Maitland Avenue area as a priority. As I said in point 2, this is from a rise in fly tipping generally within the area. I'll pass you on to Lisa to talk through the rest.
Okay, point 3 is to carry on patrols to address dog fouling on Kings Hedges, Woolly Wreck, Nuns Way Wreck and Arbury Town Park, and that includes early mornings, evenings and weekends. And enforcement patrols to tackle littering issues from shops at Colton Terrace and deal with waste management issues that are happening there, so that's ongoing work. And enforcement patrols to tackle fly tipping and litter in the alleyway between Kinross Road and Pakenham Close. And if we could just draw your attention to the increase in the amount of recycling and waste data presented in the report on pages 25 and 26. And on page 27, proactive and community work undertaken, there's recommendations for community payback are welcome. And on pages 30 to 31, there are a number of dog and litter bins that are available for installation in some boards still.
Okay, thanks very much. Any questions or points to the report at all? Councillor Manning?
Just a request for priority, which is the underpass under the Way Bridge between East and West Chesterton. There's been a bit of rough sleeping on the West Chesterton side, but I think it's because there's been some cardboard dumped there. So that's one. And also, can you explain what's happening with the bin on the Riverside Bridge? Because there's a friend of mine who asked me about this, who was joking that she might die by the time it gets on there. We're named after her or something. But
Is that a request for a...
Yeah, it's an existing request, and there's an issue allegedly about getting access to it once it's on the bridge.
Okay.
Is anything progressed on that? Or?
We can ask a question and get back to you. That's no problem.
I mean, exactly, that's fine.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Price.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, thanks for this really, really good report. Got a couple of things that I still get regular complaints about the littering around Campkin Way and Nuns Way Recreation, i.e. the route between the shops there and back to CRC. But in particular, now that the nicer weather is here and the groups of youngsters will sit around the swings there and then get up and go and leave everything there, which is quite distressing for residents living along Lawrence Way in particular, but for people going on this. I'm pleased to see it's still a priority, but I would appreciate your views on how you think that the patrols have made a difference there. I'm pleased to see the patrols to tackle fly tipping are going to all those areas in Kings Hedges, which makes it sound like a pretty awful place, but there are pockets, aren't there, of sort of dumped furniture, dumped beds, bed frames and the like, which, you know, I see on a regular basis and will report them when I see them. So it's good to know that you're doing that. And finally, the dog fouling on the bully. I mean, I'm not sure that would be much of a problem. Whilst Travis there, people are less likely to walk their dogs there at the moment, I think, but we shall see. But so pleased overall with what's being done, but slightly concerned that I still get a similar level of complaints from outside near the shop, back near the shop.
Certainly we are doing a lot of work with the patrolling, but we have had agreements with the shops on the Campkin Road with Tesco's and Ocean Dragon in the past. We're re-looking at that paperwork to make sure that...
I've actually started reviewing that today to take that forward, and we've got some joint working plans with CRC themselves as well, so yeah, obviously appreciate the nicer weather hopefully arriving. It is a bit of a difficult one, but we are looking at that, and that will carry on. And then we're looking at also then going back into the college when the new term starts after September, to then try and provide some education to newer students that are coming in, and just reminders for those that we've already spoken to. So we do a lot of work with them.
There's not a lot we can do enforcement-wise to under 18, so we can't issue fixed penalty notices. So we do take details of all the students we speak to and pass that back to the college, and it's just really an approach that we've come to an understanding with the college on that, so we'll continue to do that.
Usually with just our presence there, they then tend to start using the bins, so that's why even if we can just increase the patrols and just have a presence there, we found that's quite effective too.
There's no shortage of bins.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much. Councillor Parker.
Yeah, the underpass at Elizabeth Way has been cleared in the last 48 hours. However, it is very, very often in a very littered full way. So keep going, but in the immediate time, it's clear now.
Yeah, we have noticed that in our patrols as well, and if there are any issues we do pass that through to the operational team to clear any fly tipping or dog fouling, and we take intel on if there are any rough sleepers down there, we pass that through to our outreach team as well. So.
Do you have a telephone number that one could get a hold of?
Yeah, the reports are through the customer contact team through the normal routes, but we can pass you on our details with the street enforcement email. If you have got any queries directly, that's no problem at all.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Bird?
Is it Tom?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll email you, Tom, because I need a couple of these clean-up signs put around in East Chesterton.
Okay.
But one thing, around the co-op at the corner of Green Inn Road, Milton Road, can you just keep an eye on that for us, because that does build up as people just leaving loads of rubbish.
Sure.
Thanks.
No problem at all.
Okay, thank you very much. If you can move to the recommendation, then that'll be on the continuing priority on page 15 or 22, depending on which report you're looking at. We have 5 listed there, which I think everyone's happy to continue. And I think the 6th is recommended in terms of keeping and monitoring and enforcement patrols on the path of the Elizabeth Way Bridge. Everyone happy with that? Yep, okay, so for those 6 continuing priorities, can we just see a show of hands? City Council only, I'm afraid. Sorry. Okay. Great. Okay, thank you very much for that. And the very last item is the community events. They're at the back of your agenda. Just to mention one item which is additional. That's the 3rd of September, second Mitcham the Moor Festival around Mitcham's Corner. Family event, music, community stalls, all sorts of things going on. 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. on the 3rd of September. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to overrun a bit, but thanks for your time.